Prince Andrew has been warned by a furious Labour MP that an Act of Parliament could be used to strip his remaining Duke of York title. Rachael Maskell, MP for York City, said that a majority of her constituents want the Duke of York's title removed. This came after a survey by York's daily newspaper The Press found that 88% of its readers want to see the Prince's Duke of York honours taken away from him. Ms. Maskell acknowledged that the Queen does not have the power to do this, saying, "Clearly, we've got to look to Parliament." She claimed that there is already a precedent for titles to be removed, citing the Deprivation of Titles Act of 1917, which authorised enemies of the United Kingdom during the First World War to be deprived of their British peerages and royal titles. Speaking to Express.co.uk, Ms. Maskell said, "If Andrew doesn't stand back from the dukedom himself, then clearly we've got to look at Parliament. Because there is an anomaly where you can award titles but not remove titles. So I think there is a role of Parliament to look at this issue. It's happened in the past, it happened in the Deprivation of Titles Act of 1917, so there is precedent out there." Speaking about the impact of Prince Andrew retaining his title, Ms. Maskell said, "Every day we know that there are survivors of sexual abuse and they will be looking at this, and I'm not making any aspersions as to what happened, but as we do know the Duke associated with people who were clearly involved in trafficking of young women. When people from York are very clearly saying in a poll run by the local paper, 88% said they want this disassociation with the city and the title of the Duke, is he listening? That's the big question. You can issue words, but are you listening and responding? And that's certainly what my constituents are saying to me today." Giving up his own title, Ms. Maskell said, would show that he has understood what people are saying. She said, "It would show that he has understood what people are saying, what survivors of abuse are saying, and start recognizing the deep hurt. Obviously there are no words to describe the experience that so many survivors have. But money doesn't heal that wound. And we have to recognize that it goes far deeper, and therefore what's really important is that there is recognition and action. We've heard lots of words, but we need action. And I think for York, which is England's only human rights city, the values of our city are really important. And that's really what we want him to embrace. And to understand why people in this city are saying very clearly that they want this dukedom to be revoked. It can't be revoked by Her Majesty because there aren't powers there to do that, so we're saying we need to find alternative means to achieve that outcome." This comes in the wake of Prince Andrew's settlement with accuser Virginia Giuffre, revealed by court documents earlier this week. Royal experts pointed out the embarrassing but probable scenario that Prince Andrew may still need to step up and deputise for the Queen despite his civil case settlement and title removals from the monarch. Concerns have been raised by some royal experts who point out Prince Andrew still remains Counselor of State, which means he is able to carry out official duties on behalf of the Queen if she is incapacitated. Commentators highlighted how a Buckingham Palace COVID scare put Prince Charles, another councillor, out of action, with Prince Harry, who is also a councillor, no longer living in the UK. Royal experts urged considerations about the role as a scenario is actually possible where Prince Andrew is deeply involved in the British political process. Speaking on Mail Plus Palace Confidential, host Jess King recalled how Prince Andrew remained a Counselor of State in light of his civil case settlement with sex abuse victim Virginia Giuffre. Ms. King said surely there will be considerations about that now, and asked her panel what they thought. Mail on Sunday editor-at-large Charlotte Griffiths remarked, "Somebody was saying that, so there is Prince Harry, Prince Charles, the Duke of York, and Prince William. And what with that COVID scare last week, what with Harry being in LA? There is actually a scenario in which Prince Andrew may have to step up to the plate for the Queen. So surely that will have to go, because imagine such a scenario, it actually is possible in these strange COVID times, it would be very embarrassing." Daily Mail feature writer Guy Adams also wondered whether the settlement seen this week wrapped it up for Prince Andrew, as the panel believed conversations around the amount of the settlement and how it would be paid will remain in public debate for some time. Prince Andrew can only be removed as Counselor of State by an Act of Parliament. It is believed Prince Andrew's settlement will set him back £12 million, with the Queen reportedly making a £2 million donation to a charity of Virginia Giuffre.